Hey everyone, my name's Zach. I'm the owner and head brewer here at Inner North Brewing Co. in Brunswick in Melbourne. We're here doing our first tasting video for the Inner North beer subscriptions. So first of all, congratulations on making a very good decision to get monthly beer deliveries straight to your door from us. We set up Inner North Brewing Co. about 3.5 years ago now. And right from the beginning, our mission then is the same as our mission is now, which is to produce quality beers infused with good vibes, but also to be a really good local brewery for locals. No ambitions to take over the world, but just try to make really good products, interesting products, a wide range of products that rotate regularly, and cater directly to our local neighbors and friends. And so for a long time, it's been a dream of ours to set up a subscription service. And it took a while for us to get around to getting all the pieces in place so that we felt like we could offer a consistent and regular monthly service. But now we're there, and this is the very first one, so we're really excited to have you guys on board. And we're going to be doing tasting videos like this for you every month. And we have ambitions to also have individual videos. Starting with the WTFPA. WTFPA stands for Whatever the Fuck Pale Ale. Why do we call it that? Well, because at the time, acronyms for different beers were just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. We had everything from XPAs to IPAs to APAs to double dry hopped IPAs to sour Kvik New England IPAs. It was all just getting a bit much, so we just wanted an acronym that really summed up a beer that was a pale ale and hoppy. So you can call it whatever the fuck you want. It's a pale ale that's hoppy. It's my go-to, and basically the inspiration behind WTFPA is that I have a personal taste, personal preference for a Good Friday night beer. Sort of imagine you get from the office, arrive at the bar, friends have already had a pint before you. You need to just get rid of the stress from the week that you've just got through, and you just want something that's punchy, got plenty of hop kick, but not gonna like leave you on your ass and after just one pint like some of the IPAs will. So WTFPA. WTFPA is a pretty simple beer in terms of beers. It's we got an uncomplicated malt backbone. It's just a bit of American ale malt and some pale ale malt basically, and a little bit of crystal, giving it that nice. What would you describe that color as? Probably, I don't know, golden. Yeah, sure. Not quite copper. When you take a sniff of it, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of citrus. There's a lot of stone fruit. And there's a little bit of kind of resinous vibes going on, and that's because another aspect of my Friday night beer, I want it to be old school hop style, and it's a hop that's really known for giving different flavor characteristics to a beer depending on which part of the brew it was used in, which to me was an immediate invitation to use it in every single step of the process. So that's what WTF has been for the last 3.5 years, because this beer has been in our signature range even before we had a signature range. The WTFPA has a fair amount of bitterness, sort of middle of the range for an American pale ale, be low in the range for an IPA. It's about 40 IBUs if you're into that kind of thing, and it's 5.5% alcohol, which for me is that sweet spot on a Friday night when you don't want to have to down several pints of piss water to feel a little bit more relaxed. Have a good sniff of it. Some people accurately think it smells a little bit like weed mixed in there amongst the passion fruit and stone fruit aromas. It's the head brewer's go-to, but because we put out so many beers, I often have long gaps in between trying it. That is a good drop. But yeah, as you can tell from that first sip, the malt profile is uncomplicated, but it's enough to back up that quite sweet, juicy hop aroma and flavors that you got going on. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a hoppy pale ale. I recommend it on a Friday night, and yeah, enjoy. The second beer in our September subscription pack is the Old Bloody Brown, which is still in the fermenter right now. Calvin's kegging it as we speak. So subscribers to the Brewers Pick Grotto Club will be the first ones to get a taste of this, seeing as we're in lockdown 6. So definitely no one's going to be tasting it at the bar anytime soon. Old Bloody Brown is sort of a nostalgic brew for me. This is the second time we've brewed it, actually. We brewed a single keg of it about 3 years ago. It's basically our take on the Newcastle Brown Ale. I don't know if you've ever had that, but I went to university in the UK and had plenty of loose nights on those pint-sized bottles of Newcastle Brown. To be honest, it has a reputation of being a pretty cheap beer, but it's also a classic of the style. It's called a brown ale, but really it's sort of like a British, kind of a pretty classic British bitter, like something you might find in an old pub, you know, coming at room temperature, kind of flat from a hand pull. But the aspects I like about this style are that it's quite a crisp, easy drinking beer, but still with a lot of malt character, and the English ale yeast that we use really brings in some esters that really spark memories for me. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, toffee, candy fruit, a little bit of banana from the yeast, not like a Belgian though, and just a delicious beer. Great for a slow spring or a late autumn beer. You can get away with it on a cold summer's day too. But hope you guys enjoy that one. And if you're really curious, pick up a bottle of Newcastle Brown from your local bottle store that might carry that. I think they've got it at some of the big chains. And do a little comparison and let us know what you think. All right, moving on to our final beer for our September subscription pack. And we have the Brunny Triple. Quick note about what the heck is a triple. Doubles, triples, and quadruples are basically Trappist-style ales, referring to monasteries in styles of beer that come from basically Belgium and the Netherlands, traditionally brewed by monks in the monasteries. We're not talking about going way, way, way back. A lot of the Trappist monasteries putting out beers now were sort of started brewing in the mid-1800s. So compared to some other styles of beer, they're not quite as old. What double, triple, and quad means is basically double 3 times, 4 times, and it's a style that you don't really get. But there's also a single, and all it really refers to is how much malt is used in the mashing process, because malt provides the sugars that produce the alcohol. So if you have double the malt, you end up with double the alcohol, more or less. Triple the malt, triple the alcohol, 4 times the malt, 4 times the alcohol. And that's where double, triple, and quadruple, which actually are Dutch words, comes from. I really want to actually do a single. Singles are actually sort of what the monks brewed for drinking water back in the day. Very low alcohol, easy drinking beers. Doubles are kind of dark, indulgent beers, sort of around the 5.5%, 6.5%, 7% mark. And then people often get confused that triples suddenly become very pale in color. This is actually quite pale for the triple style. Well, when I say quite pale, it's on the pale end of the spectrum, but even the darkest triple will still be very pale in color. The thing that really defines any Belgian style of beer is the yeast. So traditionally speaking, they're not usually heavily hopped. They have just enough hops to help preserve the beer and balance out all the malts and yeast flavors that you got. But generally speaking, you've got malt and yeast are the two main things. And for the triple, it really is the yeast that's supposed to be doing a lot of the hard work. The other interesting thing about the triple style is the amount of sugar that gets used in the brew. The reason sugar is used is in order to get like an 8% or higher beer and have it be this pale, you really just can't keep adding more malt to the malt bill. You have to add a simple sugar to the mix so that you boost up that alcohol level without increasing the body or the darkness of the finished product. The other interesting thing that sugar does is it adds to the ester production when the yeast is fermenting. So let's have a little whiffy. This one's been sitting here a while, so I might need to just give it a little stir. Oh yeah, there we go. So give it a little whiffy, and you should. I'm getting banana, which is classic Belgian yeast ester. I'm also getting a little bit of phenolic-like, clove-like smell, and what I would describe as bubblegum is what I'm getting from that. Oh, yeah, that bubblegum banana vibe just carries through. Like I said, it's a real clean malt bill, so it's not thick in the throat, just slides right down. It's quite a delicious beer. Just the stats of the beer, it's 8.3%. I don't actually know how many IBUs it is. Let me check. It's going to be low. I didn't write it down in my notes. It'll be like 15 probably. And yeah, go easy on this one. This is what we like to call in the industry a fancy beer. So recommend you share it with a friend, preferably someone you live with, since we're in a lockdown right now. And don't crack into one before you're about to hop in the car. But enjoy. All right, guys, I think that's a wrap for this month. Thank you very much for subscribing, or thank you very much to your there's that fan again. Thank you very much to your friend or family member who purchased the subscription for you. I hope you enjoy the beers this month, and I hope this is just the first month of a very long journey of exceptional subscriptions. As the subscription base grows, we look forward to increasing the value we can provide. Very important before we go, though, we have to remind you to return your bottles. So you can either do that the next time you pop down to the brewery, you can do it on the spot, or we'll send you a message a couple days before you get your next month's subscription, which will be your signal to take your 3 empty bottles and put them on your front step or near their front door, so that when the delivery person comes to drop off your next subscription, you can hand them the empties, they can hand you the full ones, and we'll send you a $6 voucher for the 3 bottles. And you can use that towards any other future purchases here at Inner North. So it's a pretty good deal. But yeah, thank you again for subscribing. And yeah, have a good weekend. Happy Father's Day, everyone.